Today we are going to talk about uh, first program towards Java. I have one file handy with me, but I'm facing a problem with this thing, Microsoft Office. Even though I have installed Open Office, still I'm getting the same problem. So no problem, going this way. So whenever you are going for Java or you are going to write a program, so following steps need to be followed. First of all, what is program? What do you understand by the term program?
A program basically means it's a software that is used. It's intended to be used in a certain way, depending on certain requirements.
Correct. So it's a software which is basically used for particular requirement. It is designed as per that. So when we try to code a program, we have to follow few steps, or you can say at the initial level, you have to follow a template. Template means this type of instruction will be common for all programs, especially when we are talking about Java. So the first level is you have to add comments, the first line which is going to be, and the second level is you have to add a package, and third line is write a class. We'll see what is this class and everything. Main method, logic, comments. So what do you understand by the term comments or comments?
Something that has been commented on, or something that has been placed into this software or this program.
Correct. So something, why do we comment? Basically, comments are nothing but instructions given to the programmer. Comments are something which is only for the programmer.
Okay.
So compiler or interpreter will not understand it. And by writing something in comments, you will forcibly make it non-executable.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I will show you one practical example on that. So it means that something which is need to be ignored, which is not going to be compiled, is known as non-executable statement. See, I wrote something like I have some blah blah over here, and this is for finding a prime number, and this is a code. Assume this is nothing but a code, and this is 100 lines of code is there. So what happens if I don't write a comment over there? The problem is the user have to, or the programmer have to read this code. After reading this code, he will understand that, oh, this program is for prime number. So
Uh,
in spite of that, if I provide some comment, then just by reading a comment, he will come to know, oh, this is what for that. And second example is I'm coding something and I left in between because of some work. So what I will do is I will write a comment over there. Stopped here. So that if I miss to remove also, this will not get executed.
got it.
So it's nothing but a user-friendly information. We will see
But
this.
previously, like the whole code would be executed except for the comment if the whole code was finished.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go to the next level. how the comments are represented in Java, because HTML is having its own comment, Java is having its own comment structure. So what structure HTML is having that we are not going to see now. We'll learn about Java, how to comment, the what is a style of commenting of code and everything. So basically there are two types of comments. Number one, single line, and number two is multi-line or multiple lines. So single line, if you want to comment a single line, for example, I wrote something over here, I don't want it to be get executed. So what I have to do is I have to, as it is a single line, so I have to go for single line comment. And the syntax for this is this one, and for this is like this, ends with. We'll say this one practical, in once we do the practical example, this thing will be very much clear to you. Another point. So another usage of comment is, in spite of deleting something from the code, what you will do is, for the backup purpose, you will comment that thing so that it will not get executed and it remains in the code. Okay. So Alex, if you have any questions, I hope once we start doing some examples on this or some programs on this, then these questions will be addressed very well over there. Still, if you are not
Okay.
able to understand, then we'll see that. We'll discuss more on that. So first point we have seen like comments. Let me go to the second point, package. What do you understand by the term package?
Some sort of kind of like like a folder that contains multiple things.
Exactly. So package is nothing but it's like a folder which have multiple things, like within that there will be a folder, or in that it will be like a text document or Word document or presentation, PDFs and all. This is a general real-time example for that which we talk about. But package in terms of Java is nothing but a collection of classes and interface. So what is this classes and what is this interface, you are going to learn down the line. So as if now you have to define package like collection of classes and interface. So this package is going to have a complete information of coding, predefined. I said, predefined information will be there. So in the first level, you have to just remember like the packages will be included by using a syntax like this. I do understand this is a quite complicated point for you, but no worries, there is a complete chapter for package we will see over there. But at the beginning level, you have to learn something. You have to just by heart something, and slowly things will be clear to you. So package, collection of classes and interfaces. So all these classes and interfaces are available in java.lan folder. We'll see that. We'll talk on that. The next point is class. So what is class? Any idea?
Mm, no.
Correct. So when we talk about class, when we think in like a non-programmer, like a layman, then we generally think about institution class or XYZ like that. But in programming language, the class is nothing but a blueprint. Blueprint. So what is this blueprint? I will explain you. So before that, blueprint is nothing but anything which is in virtual ideas is known as a blueprint. Okay, for example, I have a dress material, and with this dress material I am planning to go for a casual shirt. So casual shirt should have a collar like this, buttons like this, length like this, and XYZ. So I have a solid thing which is a dress material, and I have my own ideas in my mind. That is nothing but a blueprint, that is nothing but a class over here. We'll see this. I do understand
Okay.
it
Yeah, so
it
far so good.
it looks quite complicated at the initial level, but these are the common things which we do in a regular practice. So let me go to the syntax of this. In Java, in object-oriented programming language, what is this OOPS we will talk on slowly. So in OOPS concept, everything is going to be wrapped in a class. Every code, whatever you write now, that will be wrapped within a class. So this is something which is going to be used every time. So whenever you want to code something like displaying a Fibonacci series, or displaying a Armstrong number, or displaying odd numbers, even numbers, or writing, developing a e-commerce application, or developing a automation script, for everything you have to write this one in a class. So Java is a case sensitive language where upper characters and lower character differs from each other. So you have to be very careful while coding. So the syntax of this class will be like public, class, and class name. That's it. This is nothing but a syntax of class. So what is
When
this?
you say syntax,
Yeah.
what is a syntax? An actual definition of a syntax?
It's a set of rules, okay, which are given by a founders.
Okay.
Founder, when I say founder, it is given by the James Gosling, who developed this Java
The person who
language.
had developed it.
Correct. So these are the predefined things which we have to follow as a set of rule, because this set of rule has a predefined code at the back end. That is nothing but the JVM. We'll talk on that. So JVM, all these things, these are very matured concepts which you will learn slowly, step by step. If I give you all these hard concepts at the beginning level, you will run away. You will say, oh, complicated Java is, I don't want to go for Java. So I don't want that to be happen. I want, see, I believe like a teacher will make the subject easy. So in that
Yeah,
way,
I believe it.
I'm trying my best to make it very simple for you with each and every concept. Simple means teaching simple things and running away. It's not like that. Make it simple, and slowly we'll move with the complicated also.
Okay.
Yeah, let me come back to the point. So this is nothing but a syntax which we have to strictly
So
follow.
this is the syntax for which exactly? So this is the rule for what?
This is a
For the class?
yeah, this is a syntax for class.
So every time you're about to start a class, you're supposed to put this syntax in and then
Correct,
name it.
correct. Next point, naming conventions of class. Yesterday we have seen the naming convention for the variable. A naming convention for class is class should start with a capital letter. For example, I have a class name like hello world. So hello is a one word and world is another word. So every word should begin with capital. In identifier, we have learned like If you're assigning something like identifier, then first letter should be in small. But in this case, the first character and the first character of the another word should be in caps, in capital. And the same thing follows here. It should not be a reserved word. There should not be a space in between and all. I have a document for that I will share you today, and I have installed Microsoft Office, but still it's not working in this. In my MacBook it's there, so tomorrow onwards we'll connect with that and I will make sure to install in this one as well. I will share you this document. It's a very good presentation, and variables, naming conventions, everything is there, so that once you,
Okay.
I will share you this installation of Java document as well. So in this 1.5 version I have taken a screenshots for that. The same thing follows for 1.8 also. The current version is 1.8. So we will be working on the latest one, 1.8. So we are good with comments, we are good with adding a package, we are good with writing a class, and in adding a package I have to add one point over here. So default package provided by Java is java.lang, language package. So here you can see it means that if you don't import also, by default this will be available. So we'll see that in the example now. So writing a main method. So main method. Main method is nothing but a entry point method for the program. So if when we have constructed a building or an office or a shop, then there should be one entry point, correct? So the
Correct.
entry point tells that from here the scenario begins. So in the same way, if you're writing 100 lines of code or 1000 lines of code, you have to tell your compiler, please start from here, please end from here. So that all comes under the entry point. So the main is also having its own syntax, that is nothing but public static void main string arg. So what is this public, what is this static, what is void, what is this main, and what is this parenthesis denotation, and what is this string anyhow we have learned yesterday, and what is this uh, square brackets over there. All these things we are going to see down the line, but as if now you have to remember it like hmm, I have pressed insert key, restart. Yeah.
What was from yesterday? String was one of the. It's not a number. It's not a fraction.
Yeah,
It's a character.
correct. So it's not a number, it's not a fraction, neither it's a single character. Whenever you have sequence of characters, then you have to go for string.
String. Okay.
So yesterday whatever we have learned today we'll just try to do in a practical example, and I will give you some assignment. You please, if you get time, it will be appreciated if you
Of
submit it.
course. I will.
Thank you. So let me come to the point now. So we are talking about main. Main is nothing but entry point for the program.
So there is no exit point for the program?
No exit point for the program. So whenever you, so it works like this. For example, there are 3 lines of code. Once these 3 lines are completed, there is an exit point for that.
Okay. Then you move on to another class or another method.
Correct, correct. So once you reach the last line, it can be calling a method or XYZ. That will be the exit point. So we'll see that. We'll learn that in more detail. What you are going to write in main? You are going to write your business logic inside main. So when I say
What is
business
business
logic,
logic?
yeah, it can be anything. If you go for the real-time scenario, it can be like when you are giving a username password. This username password needs to be validated from a database. So your validation logic can be this one. This can be like whatever you have added to the cart in the last visit of the e-commerce application that needs to be loaded once again when the user logins over there. So this all things, and it can be like addition of two numbers in a simple way. It can be like printing multiples of a two table or three table. All these things will be there. So whatever you want to do, what that you can do over here, whatever I mean to say that what whatever code you are trying to write for, like displaying hello world, that you have to write inside a main only. All these things you have to carry within the main. So main will follow with this parenthesis, opening brace and closing brace, and class will also follow with that, opening brace and closing brace. And any method, any line of statement which have this bracket, then it is called as a method. This is a denotation for or representation of method. So if you see, main is also having this thing. So because of that, we call it as a main method. We'll see what is method, what is function in detail. So let me summarize. Comments are nothing but user-friendly statements. Package is nothing but it is a collection of classes and interfaces which is having some predefined code in it. And class, it is a blueprint in which we are going to write the code. And main is nothing but it's a part of class, and in this which we are going to write a business logic. Now let's start writing a logic. What is this logic? Logic is nothing but anything which you want to achieve through a program. So let's take a part like displaying a text or number or anything, whatever you want to display, that you have to write in this one. So for that purpose you will be using this one. Let me slightly modify this, write a logic to displaying information. So if you want to display any information on the console, what is this console or XYZ, I will explain you. Then you have to write that one inside this line. Sorry, this should be a semicolon. Okay.
Got it.
System.out.println. What is system? What is out? What is println? This we are going to see in detail in the next coming classes. So this is a place where you are going to write text, where you are going to display the variable XYZ, all these things we will be doing. Now, I hope it is clear. Any questions up to here?
No.
Okay. Now we'll go with this. I'm just going to delete this one.
So those syntaxes for the package, class, main, and this and logic, those you have to basically ingrain them in your head, right? Like they have to be memorized.
Correct, correct.
Got it.
So once you start your Eclipse, you will get a clean slate over there. It's all blank. Sometimes you will get one loading page as a web browser. You can close that, and after that you just have to walk through in this way. You have to go from file to new and then Java project. Give the name of the project like hello world, and then next, and simply click on finish. So here at the first screen you will get which version of Java you are trying to use. If you want to change it, you can do that, but this all configurations things we will see later. Let's learn how to use it, then we'll slowly learn how to configure it.
Okay.
The hierarchy of the project structure will be like this. It will be having a source folder. So right click on that and go for new. So I'm going to create a class here and give the class name. Again, you have to make sure you are starting with the capital letter over here. So by default, it will create a class for you. I'm just erasing this so that we'll code from scratch. Going forward, you don't have to erase. It will give you a template directly. But we at the beginning level erase and try to type something so that it goes to mind if we type. So coming back to the screen which we have seen. So what we have five things. The first thing is comments. Let me add over here. I'm writing like program to display hello world. As I have a single line, so I'm going for single line comment. The next program will see the multi-line comments also. Second point, add a package. So which package we need to add? java.lan. So what is the structure for that? Import java.lan.star. LAN package got imported.
So when you say lang package got imported, what just got imported? Like, is this a language, like an English language, or like what is the package? What does it contain?
Yeah, it contains collection of classes and all. I will show you once I write some
Okay.
code. No, we'll go inside that and I will show you what is that predefined code will be imported there. So here let me what I'm doing is I'm just right clicking at this sidebar and telling to show line numbers so that if you have any question at the specific line number then you can ask directly.
Got it.
So we have added a package. Let me write a class now. The syntax of
Public
class
void.
is public. Yeah, public class name. I will talk on this class name. One point I have missed over there. So as per the syntax, I have imported the class as well. So make sure your program name, this is your program name or your class name, and the file name should be same. So what's your file name? File name is hello world and your class name is also hello world. If I change it, then it will throw you the error over here. Public type hello world must be defined in its own file.
Fine.
So you have to make sure. If you don't want like that,
Got
There is a workaround for that. You have to remove public, but don't remove public as if now. We'll learn when to remove public in the next coming, when you have multiple classes and many things are there for that. So for class name, your file name and class name should be same. This we have to make sure. Here you are giving another point is uh, the file represents the structure, like doc represents document structure, pdf if you have given, then your operating system comes to know that this is need to be opened with the pdf editor. And if you have doc extension, then operating system tells that this need to be opened with a document, so it will be looking for a document supported file. So extension is very important. .txt is there, then it will open with your notepad text file. So in the same way, in order to tell your operating system this is a Java code, you have to save with .java. Okay, this pane will be there when you go for notepad. But once you are creating a class using a Eclipse editor, it by default it will give you .java over there. Now, any questions you have, Alex?
No.
Let me quickly move to the next point, main method. So I'm going to add as I said you, everything will be wrapped inside a class. I'm going to add a main method signature, public static void main string arg, like this it will be. So we are good with the main method as well. Now displaying information, what information we like to display is hello world. So for displaying information we have a syntax like system
System
dot
out print.
correct. So here let me remove this ln. What is that ln? We'll see. Hello world. Once you're done with this, simply save this and check whether, click on this clean. So what it does is it will compile and regenerate a dot class file. If it exists it will regenerate, if it won't then it will generate. So what is this dot class file also we'll see down the line. So yeah, let me answer your question about what is this LAN, contains which language information. So press Control and click on System. So where it is in the language folder, and when I'm clicking on that it is taking you somewhere. What is that? It is nothing but a class. For each and every line over here there is some predefined code, okay, that is written in language package. If they make you to write each and every line of code, then it will be very difficult for us to write a program. For example, there are many predefined things which we use directly. For example, like pen is there. We use it in a day-to-day life. So whenever I need pen, I have to get a liquid from outside, if it is like that, and I have to get a tube, I have to refill that tube, and I have to make a needle, and I have to place it inside a pen cover XYZ. So what happens, it's very painful. So what I will do is I will take some predefined, oh, I will purchase it and I will use it. In the same way, there are a couple of lines of code which are already written to make the life easy. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
for this system it is already written over there what needs to be done with that. This code is already written. So in the same way main is there, in the same way all these things are there. These are predefined things is some business logic written behind that. So we are going to deal in detail about this, what is system, what is out, what is print, all these things we'll see down the line. So what is this LAN? LAN is holding a predefined statements or the predefined code. So basically LAN is nothing but it's a package. Package is nothing but a folder which holds collection of classes. So you can see it holds a system class, and there are many more classes like string is there. It holds a string class. So yesterday I said you, so if you want to define something like this, string name equals to Alex. So what this string stands for, you're telling your code that I'm using a sequence of character and I'm storing in a variable name as name. So what it how it works is at the back end it will understand, okay, I have to use this system class and I have to allow the user to store in the variable. Okay,
Okay.
now we are good with this, and now we are
Mm-hmm.
going to execute the first program in Java. And one more point, what I said you, if you don't import also your program will work because this is a default package.
Oh, I see, I see. So if you place it or you don't, it's pretty much pre-programmed.
Correct, correct. But it's a good practice at the beginning level. You should
Yes.
make an habit of importing a package. Yeah, and here this star represents asterisk represents something like import everything. If you give like this, then it will import only system. If you give like this, it will import all whatever is available in that package. Okay, so
When you say only import system, it's only whatever you're printing out?
yeah, it will be importing only the system class in that case.
Okay.
So in this example, anyhow, if you write this or not, it's pretty simple and it's same. It's one and the same.
Got it. Got it.
And more on this we will be learning with a concept so-called packages. So we have that. So you can see we have to discuss more on this one. So we will be learning about that down the line. So as if
Sure.
now we will just go with this one. Now we are good with this, we are ready with this, and
Uh-huh.
every time try to clean it so that it will regenerate the dot class file. And make sure that if you're not cleaning, make sure that this one is enabled, build automatically. Sometimes this will be disabled in this way. So just click over there, it will get enabled. So build automatically means whenever you are typing something, it will generate the dot class file, it will check from the compiler. So here what it is saying, missing semicolon, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So let me execute it now. Just right clicking it, run as Java application. So here we go. We have executed the first program successfully now. So it looks, see, at the beginning level, when you go for the addition of two numbers, these things like sounds like, what is this here? All simple program, just displaying a text, adding a number. I can do it roughly. Why do we need all these things? But once we start moving further, there will be a big enterprise level application, banking applications, all these things you will understand how to write the business logic for that. For the for reaching the high level, we have to start with the small steps only. So that is what we have done.
Got it.
We have displayed hello world over here. Now
So
I'm
this is the exact steps that you have to follow whenever you want to write a program.
correct. We have to follow this thing. So now what we will do is we'll quickly move for a couple of more programs. So I'm just clicking on source. Every time it will be a good practice to go for the new class. Don't modify this one. As if now, if you modify something and write something over here like good morning or good evening, like greeting people. So don't modify it. Every time write a new program and display it. I'm just rolling back this one.
So if you whatever you're printing out, whatever that's inside the parentheses, hello world, doesn't that also have to match the class and also match the project
No.
or the okay.
This can be anything. It doesn't matter. It's your
Yeah.
own text.
As long as it falls in the same program that you saved it as hello world.
Correct. So this should match class name
Okay.
and program name. Sorry, file name. This should match. Here, this is something which you are going to display at the console. This is nothing but the console tab, and here you are going to display it. So quickly we'll move. Now I'm going to the source folder again. It is a good practice if you try to learn some shortcuts over here. Like it will run as I'm saying. So here you will find a shortcut Alt Shift X and after that press J. Or else at the beginning level you can go with right click, run as Java application. It simply run your application and give you the output. So if I don't write anything in system.out.println, then nothing will be displayed on the console. So in order to display something, you will be using that line of statement. There's nothing on over here. Now I'm going for the next program. Let me quickly move. Okay, I'm using shortcuts because I'm used to. Right click over here, new class, and in this class you will be having multiple things on this class. Don't get messed with that. Simply give the class name. We'll see what is this. Here also you can see package, modifier, interface, superclass, much more is there to discuss, but at this level you don't need all that things. I'm giving student details. So again, and one more point over here, comments are optional. This I missed over there. Without comments also you can write a code. This is just for our understanding. It's a good
Right, right.
practice if we write the comment, if we make a habit of writing a comment. But if you're missing also, it doesn't matter. Program to display student profile. And here it's like java dot. You can see it's an ID. So because of that it is displaying multiple packages over here. So it is having very huge collection of packages. Lan.star. And finally coming to the main method, public static void main I have written for that, and system.out.println. Now I will explain you what is print and what is println. So first I'm giving the name as Alex. One more time I'm writing system.out.println. Course is nothing but Java, and duration is 45 days. This I'm XYZ. I'm just trying to display something. I saved it, right click, run as Java application. So this all details we have displayed over here. So what happen if I write only print?
would it probably display it on the same sentence?
Yes, exactly. So it's in the same sentence, in the same line.
Uh,
Now, ln for next line. Okay. One more point. There are some predefined things like, let me explain you like that. /n. So if you don't want to use ln, you can use /n. This will not be displayed. This is used for telling your compiler, oh dear compiler, whatever text will come after this, please move it to the next line. For example, when I
okay.
miss this from here, so you can see the difference. So here I placed, it is not displaying n here, it is moving it to the next line, course Java. And here there is neither ln nor /n. So what is happening? It is continuing with the next one, duration. Okay. So if you want to send
Got
some
it.
text to the next line, then you will be using that.
How can you, can't you just say, like if you wanted to do, let's say, line 9 and 8, can you combine them on one line and space them out, not for them to, so this way it would display name, Alex, comma, course, Java, comma, duration, 45 days. Can that happen?
Yeah, you can write in a single line of statement. I was about to come to
Just
that
as long
point.
as they're within the, that's when they are within the same, what is it called?
Same line. Using one system out println, also you can do that.
Oh, okay.
So what is the use of these special characters is within that you can simply call the next line. For example, in between Alex and codes I have given a next line code /n. So it will be calling at the next line. So you can see if you want to add, you can add it over here as well, /n. There's one more thing so called /t. It is used for the tab space. In the same line, if you want to display with tab space, you can.
Oh,
Okay, there are a few more things like if you want to give one beat sound and few more things are there that we'll see down the line. So let me quickly move to the next line because we are running short of time. So what I'm doing is I'm going for the next program here, or else I will go with the modification of the existing one. You make sure that you will be writing the code again and again. Don't modify the same line. So the next one is like addition of number. Displaying numbers will take first, or let me quickly make it like this. Student profile. For student will be holding its own attributes like name. So it will be like name will be there. Let me fill this first. And ID. IDs, for example, 1, 2, 3. And codes will be there. So when I'm writing Java, it means that it's a sequence of characters. So I need to enclose in double quotes, and a fee will be there. I'm just giving something. So as it's a fraction, it ends with F. All these things we have now. So as this belongs to which data type, Alex?
this belongs to, I wish I had the notes.
String, correct?
Oh yeah, string character.
This one, it's a whole number.
Um, integer.
And how about this?
String.
Correct. This,
This is gonna be not string. Um, char or float? Float.
Perfect. So all this information I have, and now I'm going to display this. So like this. So what we are doing is at the next level is, earlier we have displayed in double quotes. So this is nothing but directly displaying a text. Now what we are going to do is, we are displaying the variable, because this variable will be holding a text. So if I try to display name, Alex will come. For example, x equal to 10. If I try to display x, then 10 will come. So in the same way, ID will come over here, and course will come over here, and fee will come over here. So what we are doing this time, we are displaying the student information with variable name. So that here I have changed from Alex to John, then it will display John over here. So let me quickly run this. Okay, is there any question over here?
Oh, wow. Nice.
So in spite of hard coding it in the system.out.println, what we did is, we have stored in some variable and tried to display that variable. System out is for displaying. What we are displaying? Name. So it will display name here. ID. It will display ID. Okay. Now
Got it.
another point. So before displaying this name, I want to display some text. So that you can do like this. Name. So what is happening in this case? Name is coming at the first line, Alex is coming at the next line. So I'm going to remove this ln, so that it will be at the same line. Name and Alex. If you want space, simply provide some space after E. In this way you are going to display the information. There is one more way. You can write that information here also. ID. Make sure that whenever you are merging, this is nothing but a string only. Merging or using string with variable, you have to use plus in between. Okay. So in spite of writing these two lines, what we did is, we have clubbed these two lines into a single line. What we did for that, first we have taken a text and then variable. So whenever you are using variable with text, you have to use addition symbol plus.
I see. Whenever, okay. Whenever you're doing variable plus numbers.
Correct. So here it
Got it.
goes like this. If you want space, you can give space over here. And same thing goes for the course as well. So this thing is different and this thing is different. This is nothing but your user friendly code which you are trying to display there. It can be anything. It's no way here you are using course, so it should also be course. It's nothing like that. So here we go with fee. If you're getting confused, you can do like this. Fee, paid, or XYZ, just for understanding. Okay. So these are,
Got it.
so once I upload this video, and this next hour I will upload this video and I will share the URL for you both. Uh, yeah, another point. Yeah, last program for today's class. Displaying program to add to
You
numbers. Yeah, you want
Sorry,
to,
just a quick question.
yeah.
On line number 11, why did you put the double slashes?
This is our comment. This line is not going to execute, just to differentiate, like earlier we were displaying it, we are hard coding it and trying to display, and here we are trying to display with variable, just to show the difference. It's no
Ah,
huge.
I see, I see. So
And
that not line number 11 did not get printed on the bottom. That was just because that we did not execute it because we put the double slash.
correct, this is what a use of comment.
Okay, got
So
it.
see, you're coding something and you want to make a backup of the previous code. You want to show the manager that these are the changes I have made. So what the manager will ask a quick question to you. He will ask like, what was there earlier? So what he will do is he will comment it. You can show this was earlier, now I have changed to this one. Then what he will do? He will compare this to, okay, this is a change. Go ahead and proceed with the deployment.
Got it.
Chalo, let me go for add to numbers. I'm going to remove all these things. So program name can be anything, but it should be a meaningful, the good practices. Again, all that rules for the variable, rules for the identifiers, rules for the class, all this falls over here. It should not be a keyword. For example, I have taken a keyword like system. You can see there is an error because system is already used over here. It's a predefined. You cannot use that. If I make it systems, then one point you have to make sure that your file name and this one is same. Now you will get a different error. Okay, so
Okay.
uh, student details. Yeah, we are trying to add two numbers. So in that case, we need a equal to 10, comma b equal to 20. We go next slide. B equal to 20 and c equal to a plus b. So which data type it will be?
Integer.
Correct. So this you can write in a single line also by using comma over there. So now I'm trying to display a value. A value is a. Then b value is b. Addition of a and b is. So C is holding the addition result. So let me save and quickly run this. So you can see.
Oh wow. Okay.
And any more questions for do you have as of now?
No, I mean that's I'm astonished of how I'm learning it. That's pretty good. So like,
Yeah.
how would you create a calculator then?
Calculator we have to. You will do that at the next level.
Okay.
So Alex, I'm going to drop an email in next 1 hour. I will give you some assignment like addition of numbers. You have to do all addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and
Sure.
you have to find areas, multiple areas, and you have to display. I will give you some screens. You have to display text in that format, some designing format. For example, like this, it is some designing. It will
No
be.
problem. Let me ask you, since tomorrow it's Friday for me, and it's for you. It's going to be, I think, going into Saturday. So there is no class until Sunday. Is that correct?
Correct, correct. So we
Okay.
will manage for this one day. Next coming day, what we will do is we'll put a class for Friday for you. That the US Friday will have a class, and for us US Monday will not have a class,
Okay.
so that you can have a good weekend also.
No problem.
Chalo.
I mean, it's not a problem for me. I mean, I could always like have Friday, Saturday, and then see you again on Sunday. I'll have like my homework already due.
Okay, sounds good. We'll plan on
Whatever
Friday,
you prefer.
Saturdays also in next coming days. If required, we'll really plan for that. See, the thing is you will learn the subject by practice.